Faith, a middle school teacher, ventures into the world of online dating via a platform called 90-Day Love Lake. She meets Loren, who initially seems charming and attentive. Their connection deepens through long chats. Faith agrees to meet Loren in person. During their date, his peculiar interest in her feet emerges, leaving her uncomfortable. She tries to brush it off but begins to notice odd behavior. Loren becomes increasingly fixated, sending unsolicited gifts, sandals, foot creams, and commenting on old photos. Faith blocks him, but the stalking escalates with him, leaving cryptic notes and lurking near her home. Faith files a police report, but without direct threats, little can be done. Loren's obsession intensifies. He leaves disturbing messages, and Faith begins to see his behavior affecting her daily life. Loren shows up at Faith's home, demanding to talk to her. The situation becomes dangerous as he refuses to leave. Faith calls the police, and Loren flees before they arrive. Loren's body is found days later with a journal chronicling his unreciprocated feelings. The discovery leaves Faith grappling with guilt and trauma, unable to move on. Faith relocates, seeking peace. Despite therapy and support, Loren's shadow lingers in her mind. She begins to heal but vows never to return to online dating. Faith had always been skeptical of online dating. At 32, she wasn't opposed to the idea of finding love, but the thought of swiping through profiles like catalog pages felt superficial. It was Lily, her best friend since college, who pushed her into downloading 90-Day Love Lake. "It's not like those hookup apps," Lily insisted. "People here are serious about relationships. I met Rob there, remember?" Faith couldn't argue with Lily's success. Rob was everything Lily had wanted in a partner: kind, reliable, and ready to commit. So on a rainy Tuesday night, Faith reluctantly created her profile. She didn't expect much at first. Most of the profiles she swiped through were uninspiring. Men holding fish, flexing at the gym, or posting cryptic one-liners like "looking for my other half." But then she came across Loren. His photo was simple: a candid shot of him sitting by a lake, wearing a baseball cap and a shy smile. His bio was even simpler: appreciating the little things in life. Let's make them count together. There was something unassuming about him that drew her in. Faith swiped right, and to her surprise, Loren matched with her almost immediately. His first message was thoughtful. "You look like someone who finds joy in sunsets and rainy days. I'd love to hear your story." Faith smiled at the screen. For the first time in weeks, she felt a flicker of excitement. Their chats flowed easily. Loren was attentive, always asking about her day and showing genuine interest in her passion for teaching art. But as their conversations grew deeper, Faith began to notice something odd. "Your hands must be so delicate to paint like that," Loren remarked one evening. "Do you take care of them, moisturize often?" The question caught her off guard, but she replied with a lighthearted, "I try to." "And your feet." He continued, "Artists often neglect their feet. They deserve love too." Faith laughed, assuming he was joking. But over the next few days, Loren's comments about her feet became more frequent. "You have such a graceful energy. I bet it's reflected in the way you walk, in the shape of your toes." Faith didn't know how to respond. While it was unusual, it didn't seem harmful. Everyone had their quirks, right? When Loren suggested meeting in person, she hesitated. But Lily encouraged her to go. "You've been talking for weeks," she said. "It's time to see if there's something real there." They met at a cozy cafe downtown. Loren was exactly as he appeared in his photos, lean, with kind brown eyes and an air of nervous excitement. He brought her daisies, which made her smile despite her nerves. Over coffee, their conversation was easy at first. Loren spoke about his work as a graphic designer, his love for hiking, and his dream of illustrating children's books. But as the date went on, his focus shifted. "Your sandals are lovely," he said suddenly. Faith blinked. "Oh, thanks." "They really highlight how delicate your feet are," he added, his gaze drifting downward. Faith shifted uncomfortably. "Ah, thanks." Loren didn't seem to notice her unease. "Do you paint your toenails often? I imagine you choose soft colors, like pastels." Faith forced a laugh, changing the subject. By the end of the date, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Loren had been sweet, but his fixation left her uneasy. Faith didn't respond to Loren's follow-up texts right away. Her instincts told her to pull back, but she didn't want to overreact. When she finally replied with a polite, "Thanks for the date, but I'm not sure we're a match," Loren's tone shifted. "Was it something I said?" he asked. "I thought we had a real connection." Faith apologized, trying to let him down gently. But Loren didn't let it go. His messages became more frequent, pleading for another chance. Then the gifts started arriving. The first was a box of artisanal foot creams, accompanied by a note. "For your beautiful feet. They deserve the best care." Faith felt a chill run down her spine. She didn't respond, but the gifts kept coming: sandals, pedicure kits, even a small sketch of a foot she assumed was meant to be hers. She blocked Loren on every platform, but he found ways around it, creating new accounts to send her messages. His persistence turned to obsession, and Faith began to fear for her safety.